What's up, nerds? Here's a tutorial how to make a custom wired cape with no stitching required. I thought it was a perfect time to demonstrate how to do this with minimal skills. Believe it or not, this was my second and third video ever posted. This is the video that blew me up. This is proof that practice makes perfect, because I don't know what the hell I was thinking making these. Keep in mind, these are the results if you use thick fabric or if you try to rush the process, so please bear with me. Be patient, and if you mess up the first time, don't worry, you can retry it and you'll be better. All right, let's move on to our material list. What you'll need are these things right here. You need this rotary cutter right here. It's a lot easier than using scissors, but you can use scissors just in case you don't have it. You'll need floor wire that isn't too thick and you're able to bend it really easily with your fingers. It's not necessary, but you need some wire cutters so you can easily cut it. Keep in mind, I said not to buy too thick of a wire, so you can easily just cut it with scissors as well. Let me demonstrate that for you just to show you how easy it is. And then you'll need a hot glue gun. This will be kind of your stitching tool. Make sure to pick up extra glue sticks, because trust me, the first time I did it, it ran out. For those asking if you can use super glue, no, you cannot. It bleeds through and it's so much of an hassle to do it. Now for the fabric, you can use an old shirt, but the fabric is too thick. It's up to you if you want to use it, if you don't have any other fabric. But this specific fabric that I got was from Walmart, and I did only get it for $1.67, believe it or not. This is how they look like in the arts and crafts section, and there's so many colors to choose from, so don't be shy. Get a lot of fabric only for $1 and something cents. Grab a lot. The type of cape I'm gonna do is a dual layer cape that has two colors. It's a lot easier if you do a cape that just has one color. You won't have to layer fabric, and the cape will be thin enough for you to do anything. Even with double layers, it is thin compared to the shirts. All right, so the first thing you want to do is lay your fabric very flat. You want it to be perfect, just iron the fabric, but I'm not gonna do all that. So yeah, there's two methods. There's a tracing method, and then there's also the freehand method. What I'm gonna do is a tracer method. You grab an original Marvel Legends plastic cape and you just trace over it to see what shape you want. So right here you see that I'm putting the cape by itself. What a cape is essentially a large triangle. What you want to do is just trace it with this tool right here, and I said it's so much easier for you to cut it. You do want to trace it a little bit further than the cape, because what you're essentially going to do is fold the fabric to make a stitch with the hot glue gun. So just make sure you're tracing a little bit further than what you're required to be. And if you want your cape to be extra long, just make it larger. You can put a figure in the middle and then just trace a large triangle just to pretty much show what you want. I will be freehanding one just to show you guys how it will look and what shape you need to draw. Try to make sure when you're cutting in a straight line. This is why I recommend this tool and not scissors, because with this tool you can make straight lines, and sometimes scissors you can just make jagged cuts. So yeah, just be careful. But yeah, you essentially just cut off a shape of a cape, and that's pretty much it. But yeah, essentially this will be the base cape shape, unless you want to do like a moon design like Moon Knight, or if you want an extra long cape from the sizes, then you'll edit this shape. Right here you see I'm cutting off extra excess fabric that isn't straight. I'm just straightening up the little bits before I start, and this is worth doing. The reason it's worth doing it before is because you don't want to keep going back and forth while you're already building the cape. You can see here that I didn't do it on certain stuff, and that comes to bite me back later in the tutorial. So once you have your capes lined up, what you want to do is grab your wire and you want to make a circle shape. The reason you want to make a circle shape is so the wire won't pierce through the fabric itself. Trust me, it is not fun when you spend all your time setting it up just for it to rip through your cape. So just take your time and make the circle, and that's what you're gonna do in order to start your cape. Now you can do this with just one wire, or you could do it with two. I think it's easier if you split it up in halves. I'll show you what I mean by that as soon as I'm doing it. The more wire you have and the more cuts you make in the wire, the more risk you have in actually ripping your cape. So if you just do it in one go, you have less of a chance of ripping it, but I like to do the two method because for me it's simply just easier and I can work a little bit better with it. So what you're gonna do is by the neck peg or by the top, you're gonna do some hot glue. You're going to place your wire, and then all you got to do is wrap the wire. This is why when you're tracing your cape or when you're freehanding it, you kind of want to make it slightly larger so you're able to overlap the fabric in itself. Just hold on to it until the hot glue kind of like cools down. Then after that, you kind of want to mend the wire so it has a little U shape at the corner, and you want to make sure your wire is as straight as possible, because if it has bends like this, it makes it a little bit harder to glue down. You can see right here that I'm gluing on the second layer of fabric on top of it, and I'm doing it as neat as possible so I can cover the yellow fabric. This method is not needed for just a single layer of fabric for one color, but since I'm doing two layers, I needed to do an extra step. Now you see right here that I have a wire that is sticking out, so I'm going to cut it because I don't want it poking out and ruining my fabric later. It's just little adjustments you need to do throughout the entire thing, so you got to make sure everything's perfect. Now at this corner, I will glue just sections by sections. You got to make sure that you're doing it as neat as possible, and you want to make sure it's even. So you see right here that the first layer is the yellow layer, and then I'll go back and attach the red layer. Like I said, that is not needed if you just have one layer of fabric. Just make sure you're kind of doing half of an inch in, or at least enough to cover the entire wire. Now you see right here, I am straightening up this wire, and I'm going to do a large section. But what you need to do is go section by section, just to make sure you're not rushing yourself and that you're not making any mistakes. So far with this hot glue, I have not seen any bleed through. I think you can also use fabric glue. But yeah, you just want to make sure you press down on that hot glue to make sure that wire is secured. Now, since I'm doing a double layer, you can see how that red layer kind of pops off. So I will just go back and make sure I'm gluing that down together. And anytime a section pops up, you just got to make sure you glue those little bits down, because if you don't, you have a risk of the wire popping out. Now, once you reach the corner, all you want to do is make a U-bend. Make sure you're putting some sort of pressure on the wire itself. I'll show you what that means in a bit, but yeah, make a U-shaped turn and then just glue down that corner section. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I have a large section of fabric that is not even. So what I'm going to do is cut that fabric a bit to make sure it's just even all through. Right there. Now this is what I mean by going back and gluing parts that lift up. Just make sure you're getting all that glue down there, and make sure you're not doing way too much so where the liquid comes out. Just go back and clean your mistakes. Now on that corner, you want to do a bend. We're going to make sure to stretch out the entire wire. Now make sure that if your wire does run out, you are making that U shape instead of just leaving it straight. And this is where pressure does come in. I'll go more into depth of what that means, but make sure you are doing that circle bend at the end of the wire. Don't worry about those corners for now. What you want to do is just glue down the bottom part of the cape. I think the bottom part is the easiest thing because you can just do a long stretch of glue and then just bend the fabric down and make sure everything's in place. You guys see yourself that that corner is raised, so what we're gonna do to clean that up is just go back and make sure everything's down. What you're gonna do for this corner here is you're gonna hot glue the corner just a tad bit and make sure that piece is flat as it can be. And whatever fabric you have left, just cut it out. And then there you go. You have a perfect corner, and I think that looks as neat as you can do it. So to start off our next corner, I noticed that I have a ton of yellow fabric in access. So what I'm going to do is just trim that down. Then I want to test to make sure that I did properly cut it and make sure I have enough excess fabric to make sure that it will cover the wire perfectly and evenly. And I think it will look good so far. What you want to do is grab the piece of the next wire, and like I said, do the circle method where you put the top and you circle it in. Once you have the circle piece, make sure to glue it directly right next to it as tight as possible to make sure that there's no uneven bends. Like the other side, you just want to make sure you're gluing it as evenly as possible. Make sure you're taking your time and don't rush yourself, because the more you rush, the more mistakes you'll do. Yeah, just make sure you're pressing everything down, and we're gonna deal with that corner like the same way as the other one. Glue it down, press it, and then you're gonna cut it in order to make a perfect cut. Now I think this is the hardest part, and is finishing off the cloth cape, because you essentially want to make sure you meet at the middle. So any type of wire that you have, you want to make sure you cut it in axis. Make sure to please loop it. You got to make sure it fits as well, because if you cut it too short, then the cape will be ruined. You want to make sure it actually touches the other wire. So yeah, you're gonna want to fit that in. You want to make sure there's firm pressure as well. Now this is the part where I made a mistake and I rushed. What I should have done is cut that corner to make it a slit, but instead I just glued it down, and then I had to go back and try to fix that mistake. But yeah, I glued it down, and then I realized, oh wait, I can't actually close that. So I went back and cut the corner with the scissors. Make sure you just cut that corner to make life a lot easier for you. Then you just want to do the corner method and make sure you're cutting off the excess. Make sure you're kind of like kneading up the cape itself. And there you go, you have a custom cape. Now I'm going to show you how to actually put it on. Please be advised when doing this. This is very dangerous. But what you do is grab a lighter and just burn off those freaking loose fabrics. Make sure not to hover for too long, because then you will burn yourself or the fabric. This work wouldn't be necessary if I just went back and when I cut it, I just cut it off neatly. So that's why I recommend please taking your time to make sure everything is perfect. Just glue down everything. This is a cape for Adam Warlock himself. What you're gonna do is you're gonna make sure to take off the head. Right in the middle of the cape, you want to make a hole. You want to make the hole big enough so where the neck actually slides through. And once you see that it's went through all the way, you don't have to necessarily do this, but I like doing this. You can see here my previous attempt, I just hot glue it a little bit. Like I said, that is not necessary, but I do want to permanently keep this cape on him. but like I said, you don't have to. But yeah, it turned out so much better than I expected. I did wish I made this cape slightly longer. But what I'm gonna do to elevate this cape is you're gonna take his accessory from the actual cape itself and glue it on, and look, it looks so good. You don't necessarily have to do that to ruin your plastic cape, but I did it. Just an extra bit of detail that I preferred on mine. Like I said, that is optional. You could also customize the collar and, you know, just order your own stuff, but what I did is hot glue it, and I literally just pressed it on, and that completed that cape right there. But yeah, I think it turned out perfectly. What I want you to do is reflect on this video, and if I made any mistakes, I want you to fix those mistakes. But this is just my method of doing it. I know there's a million other methods to do it as well, but this is just a quick tutorial for those who already have these stuff laying around in their house. So yeah, I think it turned out beautifully. My V2 cape will be a lot longer, but yeah, I'm so happy on how it turned out, and it's definitely better than my first few attempts, so I'm very proud of it. Technically, this is a 2-wire cape, but it has 3 wires, 2 on the side and 1 at the bottom, but I only use 2 wires. But yeah, this is just an end-up tutorial on how to make a custom wired cape. I did leave it so you can download the video and you can go back by yourself in order to do it slowly with me. But yeah, if you enjoyed it and you want more tutorials, please make sure to leave a comment, like, and follow for more.